Hatsune Miku is a cultural phenomenon in her home country of Japan. She is a chart-topping superstar that doesn't actually exist. She's a Vocaloid, which is not something that I'm gonna pretend I fully comprehend. Trying to talk about Hatsune Miku is trying to talk to me about like cryptocurrency or something. I'm just gonna stare at you pretending I'm listening and internally think about what I'm gonna eat for lunch. But thankfully, I'm not here to explain Hatsune Miku as a person thing, because I'm here to talk about this video game, which is something that I can actually do. Before we begin today's review, it's worth pointing out that this is a review of the Japanese version. It's not out in the West yet, and no release date has been announced so far. It is coming, we just don't know when. So you're going to be seeing lots of Japanese words in this review, since that's the language I was playing in. And that's fine, it's a rhythm game. It's not a politically driven RPG or anything with reams of dialogue. As I said, I'm not an expert in Hatsune Miku nor her games, but rhythm games are right up there alongside my favorite genres. Taiko no Tatsujin on the Switch is a love of mine, and my favorite 3DS game of all time is Theater Rhythm Curtain Call. And with Hatsune Miku being a highly revered series, I was excited to delve into it after trying one of them like properly ages ago. Project Diva Mega 39s, as it's called here in the East, is basically a best-of compilation. We have a very healthy selection of 101 songs, only one of which is brand new to the series. The Vocaloid genre is an acquired taste. It's not your usual kind of music, and I don't think I'd personally listen to it outside of the game, but for me, there's just something about the genre that fits this game so well. The upbeat tempo, the unnatural tones of the vocals suit video games so well. The energy is fantastic. And there is quite a variety here. The songs that have been handpicked aren't all the same. Many of them are quite distinctive, touching different musical genres with the Vocaloid magic, and I was really quite impressed with the selection here. And don't you worry guys, there's plenty of DLC coming, I'm sure, with a Season Pass purchase already available. I'm never usually one to delve into DLC, hell I've not even bought like Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade or Fire Emblem, none of those, not bought any DLC or expansions, but for rhythm games, oh god, someone hide my bank card. So yeah, there's plenty of music to be found here, and there will be plenty more coming. If you're not familiar with how the rhythm plays out here, I actually found it quite trippy. It's visually very chaotic, as hollow letters, based on the Switch's input buttons, A, B, X and Y, have a countdown clock that swirls until it reaches straight up, at which point a nice colourful note will fly in from off the screen to join up and you press the corresponding button. If you hit it perfectly, you'll get a cool grade. However, if you're slightly off with your timing, you'll get a slightly lower grades of varying levels of failure. It may seem simple, and even the Japanese tutorials are instantly understood, but it is far from easy to master. Your timing truly has to be perfect, and the way the notes fly in all kinds of places, it can be devilish and disorientating at times, at least for a beginner like myself. Even on the easiest setting, the songs will always tend to throw in a curveball near the end, just when you think you've nailed the song. There are more advanced techniques such as flicking the analog sticks, pressing multiple buttons at once, and holding down notes, so it can get pretty hefty at times. I played on normal difficulty for like 95% of my review time, and I still always struggle to get past 75% grading, which is what's needed to unlock higher difficulties for songs. I don't even want to know how evil the extreme difficulty setting is. Yes, this is a game that will need a lot of practice, but you know what? Yes, I'm pretty rubbish at it, but I had just incredible amounts of fun. I absolutely love it. Everything about the gameplay just comes together fantastically to create a true musical experience. The music, of course, the gameplay which can put you in a zen-like state, and the background music videos, of which every song has their own unique music video to go with it. That might not sound too impressive, but I find it steps up the production value massively. They are all very impressive too. Great dance choreography, some fun, very unique visuals, so much variety. I was so completely dazzled by them. It's very rare a rhythm game goes the extra mile, but Mega 39s does. To me, this isn't just a quick cash grab. This is a premium rhythm game and one of the best that I've played. The fact that it takes time to learn to get better, but you're still having awesome fun with it, means that it's a game that will last you a long time. Sure, game modes may be slightly scant, but this is just about the pure established gameplay that everyone loves. And now I love too, thanks to this game. In terms of what else this game has to offer aside from the standard gameplay fans of the series will be used to, you have some extra stuff to keep you occupied. There's a new gimmicky mode involving motion controls, and thankfully they aren't as disastrous as Taiko no Tatsujin's, and actually they offer an excellent alternative. Basically, you hold your Joy-Cons upright, and on the bottom of the screen you have two paddles. Tilting the Joy-Cons left or right will move the paddles. When the falling notes touch the paddles, you press the shoulder button. It's incredibly simple. It's slightly visually counterintuitive, because you rotate the Joy-Con downwards, but you see the paddle on the screen arch upwards. There's a slight disconnect there, but you adjust. I found this mode incredibly chilled and fun for the slower songs. It's a bit too much for fast-paced and more difficult songs, and they make it far less fun. But if you choose the right song, this mode can offer much more than just gimmickry. Outside of the rhythm gameplay, there's not an extravagance of things to do. A lot of the peripheral stuff will be more for extreme fans of Hatsune Miku herself. There are plenty of outfits to unlock, hats and hairstyles, including for extra characters. There are actually quite a few. I have no idea who these people are, but they're here and can be customized too. Why customize? Well, they will appear in the music videos however you've dressed them, and you can let them fill in different roles in the video. It can be a little tricky to organize while I'm playing the Japanese version, but a little bit of fiddling around in the menus and experimenting, you'll get there. I'm sure fans who love changing her hairstyles and costumes will love this. And my word, is there a lot to unlock, all of which can be bought using VP, which is earned through playing the songs. There's even the opportunity to design your own t-shirt, but I feel this is something that would probably be better left on the planning room table. But Mayrin, over on our Discord server, sent us what they made using it, and I was well impressed. I thought it was impossible, but Mayrin managed to make the SwitchWatch logo and have Hatsune Miku dance around in it. So maybe if you've got the skills, then it could be fun. Though they did say that they used the stylus to help, which kind of makes a whole lot of sense, and there was me fiddling around with the analog sticks like an idiot. Thanks, Mayrin, for showing that. That really made my day to see it. Juan was especially thrilled to see it. And finally, there is a place that you can customize playlists with, and you can just casually watch the awesome music videos if you don't fancy playing the game. Just listen to the vast amounts of music. If I had one major complaint, it would be that I wish there was some touchscreen gameplay modes in here too. Using the touchscreen can be fantastic for rhythm games, so it's disappointing to see them not even try. They could have at least made it possible to manipulate the motion controls using your finger on the touchscreen. I don't know, it just seems like an oversight that they didn't, try something. In terms of visuals, this is easily top tier when it comes to rhythm games. There's so much visual flair and distinctiveness to every music video, and 3D models, while simple, are strong thanks to the bright nature to them. The choreography is wonderful, and I was just completely impressed by how this game looked. It looks great on a TV, but just don't sit too close, otherwise it can be difficult keeping an eye out on the whole playing field. Plus, the background music video can be distracting, so, step away a little bit. It's incredibly suited to handheld mode though, and I highly recommend plugging in some headphones and zoning in on this one. I promise you, you will lose hours at a time with that. The audio, well, I've kind of already covered that. Vocaloid may not be to everyone's taste, but then again, I thought the same thing. They've always been my least favorite songs in something like Taiko no Tatsujin, but here they are just so excellently fitting. And because they've been hand-picked from the series, you've got all the cream of the crop. No fat to pad out the list. Looking at value, it's hard to know where to approach games like this. It's not released in the West yet, but it will do eventually, and the price is unknown, so I've got to go with what's available right now for the Asian version. You can get your hands on it in a couple of ways. There's digital and physical options. On the Japanese eShop, you're looking at a very premium 6,589 yen, which is around £46, 60 US dollars and 55 euros. It's a hefty 14.3 gigabyte download. You'll need some Japanese eShop credit, however. Check the links below in the pinned comment and the description as to where you can find some if this is the avenue you want to go down. But you can also check out the Hong Kong eShop, which has it slightly more affordably. It's almost 400 Hong Kong dollars, which is £39, 51 US dollars and 47 euros. Although it is worth noting that finding Hong Kong eShop credit is not the easiest thing in the world. Now there is also a better way. My way. You can purchase a physical version for import, either Japanese or the Hong Kong version. When you get that, you also get a download code for some extra songs. Now, of course, there is no English here, and there's been no announcement of if English will be patched in later, like it was with Taiko no Tatsujin, and I'm sure you're all wondering, why not just wait for the Western release? Well, fair enough if you have the patience, but there is no indication if this is getting a physical release in the West or not. Nothing has been said aside that the game is coming at some point this year. But personally, you don't need English much. The gameplay is very explanatory, there's no story elements, going through the menus is pretty easy as there is some English in there, only the inner small menus might be a little bit troublesome, but nothing that a little bit of experimenting can't get over. You really don't need English, as long as you don't mind being a little adventurous, and nothing a quick Google Translate can't solve. I was a little worried going in, but after just a couple of hours playing it, it was like there was no language at all. The barriers were down. Plus, there is also an awesome collector's edition, which I'm kind of regretting that I didn't get because it has a whopping 5 CDs in it and I really want it now. If you want to import this physically for yourself, then all the links are below for all the editions available. You can see which one takes your fancy the most, if there's still any in stock, that is. If you use those links to import, then you'll also support us at the same time, helping us improve the show for you guys. It also helps fund these import reviews that you guys love. Plus, when you use our links, don't forget, when you're checking out, use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV. That's all one word, SwitchWatchTV, to get a nice extra 5% off your order. But don't forget to use our links. If you don't use our links, it won't support us. Now, depending on if this does get a physical release in the West, if not, I'm sure that this is going to be one of the top tier imports for the Switch this year, regardless of language. Overall, if you're into rhythm games, well, look no further. In terms of fun, challenge, production values, this is the game to have. Yes, it's in Japanese right now at the time of this video's publication, but that doesn't in any way affect the enjoyment to be had out of it. I probably prefer Taiko no Tatsujin a little bit more just because of the giant drum, because who doesn't love slamming a big plastic drum? But this easily stands toe to toe, and I can't wait to actually start getting good at it. Maybe see you in 100 hours or something? I don't know, playing this game really opened me up as to why Hatsune Miku is such a star. I mean, this is a game that's as charming as they come, and put together so well. Perhaps they could have eased off the DLC a little bit and had more original songs in from the start. Plus, there's no touchscreen controls outside of drawing a t-shirt. Seems a bit of an oversight. Still, for me, this is a fantastic rhythm game, and anyone who's even vaguely into the genre should own this. Whether you download, import, or wait for the Western release, it's a 9 out of 10. This is top tier stuff, guys. Okay, thanks very much. Perhaps head over to check my review of Taiko no Tatsujin. I've referenced it enough today. It's just as an awesome rhythm game as this one. And maybe check out the physicals episode that this game featured in. Also, here's another video that YouTube thinks you may enjoy. We'll see you guys over there. Take care.